professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. What happens if I'm not playing this game? So, shout out to Show Enough. Playtime's over, boy. In our current society, people like to violate but don't want people to demonstrate. So, what happens when I'm not playing this game? And what I mean is, if you want to have an argument, what happens if I'm like, I don't want to have an argument? Or you keep pushing the argument and that argument turns into a fight? Because you just want to have an argument to argue because it's the game you're playing. But what if I'm not playing that game? I don't want to argue. Let's just get into it. And it's like, wait. I was just prepared to argue. But yeah, what if I'm not playing that game though? You know, what if, you think it's a game to lie to a person or manipulate a person to get over in a situation, and you think, after it's over with in your eyes, oh, we can move on to the next thing we all love, it was a nice play there in this game I was playing. I made a nice move. You have to, you really took that loss like a champ. What if I'm not? Like, no. You lied about this. You manipulated this situation. This wasn't a square business type of situation. So now, I gotta hurt you. Now I gotta get my money back. Blah 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 blah. So you gotta ask yourself the same question sometimes. Like, what if I'm not playing this game? Some people want to be a bully. And they pick targets that they assume that they can bully. Oh yeah, I can get that one. I can get that one. This person, yeah, no problem. And they charge to somebody who they feel like they can beat. And they try to bully them, and that person really just goes left. Like, goes far left as you can go, and takes it to a place that person's not willing to take it to. You got to ask the question, what happens if I'm not playing? Playtime's over. So sometimes looking back at these situations, some of us got to take into consideration that even if we're playing a game, the person that we're playing the game with is not playing this game. So now, even if you feel like you're winning because of lack of information, you got more information than that person, and so thus you don't want to necessarily talk because you'll give up too much game. But at the same time, your incessant need to try to win creates competition that wasn't there in the beginning. So now that you've created the competition, your competition ain't playing no games. So the question is, you thought that they was going to play games with you. A lot of people say yes. Here you got people who, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but they don't never get it done. To the point where you might have to call somebody else to finish a job that somebody else started because they have this same logic and reasoning that, I can be serious as long as I get the job, and once I get the job, I can be lazy because they can't get rid of me. And it's like, no, they can still get rid of you. Like, it's just bad, it's just poor performance. But some of y'all gonna have to get fired to realize that, because all of a sudden it's not as cut and dry. I said it's not as cut and dry. So then it becomes a whole issue again. And And the issue is, when playtime is over, somebody wants to start up a new game. You don't necessarily want to start up a new game, but they do. But playtime is over. So now you got to ask yourself the question over and over and over and over again. What if I take this more seriously? And I kind of take this back to like when people are young and they tell you, yo, you need to get ready and prepare for being an adult. And they they sit on their hands, they BS, they play around, they procrastinate, and then when it's time to be an adult, like they completely fold under pressure in the very beginning, and you got to tell them like, hey man, life is not playing games with you. You can't. This isn't high school. This isn't college, where people are there to catch you and protect you. It's not gonna go that way. But people's egos get in the way. And since your ego got in the way, you're gonna do whatever you want to do at whatever cost. And then when you realize the cost is far greater than what you were willing to pay, just because you were being a jerk about it, then you got to deal with the reality. Because even people in the business world, especially, they ain't playing with you. They ordering up teams, buying bullets, all this other stuff. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.